What's up, guys? This is an emergency Redbubble meeting. I wanted to make this video because if yesterday I made a video talking about how Etsy sellers are furious with Etsy. Well, a lot of Redbubble sellers about to be furious with Redbubble. Yesterday, the video was all about how the price hikes in terms of the company's profit has essentially changed Etsy. Etsy sellers are going on hikes. They're angry. They're frustrated about what's going on. Redbubble had announced an email. I think it was yesterday, day before yesterday, not sure. That there are price changes as well coming to Redbubble. So this is not new, unfortunately. Unfortunately, this is going to happen, but it is what it is. You could see here, under a section for product information, there is this article. Well, it's not even an article. I mean, they don't even write an article. They just give us a Q&A of exactly what's going to happen May 1st, 2022. And it's going to be, guess what? Another price hike. So the thing is that, guys, the world, inflation is rising. Everything is going to cost more money. Literally everything. And so even Redbubble's products are going to cost you, the seller, more money. So let's go ahead and read this. So effective May 1st, 2022, the base prices of select products on Redbubble will be increased by 10% globally, with which of the following exceptions: bags, backpack stuffle bags, dad hats, baseball caps, desk mats, mouse pads, stickers that are matte, transparent, glossy, throw pillows, and socks. Now, let me go ahead and explain this, guys. So basically every single product listed, except for the throw pillows. Actually, no, the throw pillows are relatively new. Every product listed, except for the stickers, are new products. Every product there is relatively new, or added relatively new, except for the stickers. Okay, the stickers make up a huge percentage of Redbubble sales. A huge percentage. It's widely well known that with Redbubble, the most products that you're going to sell is going to be a sticker or a t-shirt. That's just well known. So if you're going to increase the price on these following products, that means, right, that these products, except these products, that means these products were already price hiked anyway, right? The dad hats, the baseball caps, when they put them in on the platform, they're already more expensive to begin with than what they normally should have been. All the other products globally, so that means every single other product that you could think of on that platform is going up by 10%. Now, as a company, they've came together and decided that this is going to be the best for the sellers, for the customers, and for themselves. But the truth is that, this is going to frustrate a lot of people. It says here, why are you increasing prices? Redbubble has been able to endure more than 15 years without having to make any significant price changes, but rising costs of See, that's not true. There have been price changes in Redbubble before. But rising costs of everything are putting a strain on our ability to serve and our creative community. The 200K plus artists selling on Redbubble aren't immune to the rising cost of living either. Our hope is that these changes support each artist, earning more sale margins automatically increase with these price updates. So, yeah, guys, this is, a thing that's happening universally. At the end of the day, companies want to make profit. They are for profit. And sometimes some companies will do whatever it takes to make that profit. It doesn't matter if you're satisfied, if you're not satisfied. It doesn't matter if you've been committed to them for years. It doesn't matter. The only thing that matters is the bottom line at the end of the day. And now that inflation is happening, the value of your dollar can only reach so far compared to just 2 years ago, just 5 years ago, just 10 years ago. I remember stories of my parents talking about, back in the day, there would be these breakfast buffet restaurants where you pay $4 and you get to have breakfast. Those things don't exist anymore, at least not that they know of. The world has changed. And so my point is that everything is going to cost more. This matters to us, guys. The only reason we're on Redbubble in the first place is because we want to make passive income. We want to make significant amounts of passive income. We want to make passive income to forget about the old life, working for a boss, working for somebody else. The truth is that your bosses are not going to give you raises. It's going to be very, very rare when that actually does happen. And if they do give you a raise, are they going to give you a raise in order to, reach up to the speed of inflation or get past it? Because if you just reach up to the speed of inflation, it's not much of a raise. If you get a 12% raise right now for the past, let's say 3-4 years, that's still below all the percentage of inflation that has increased. I mean, just this year alone, it was 6 to 9%, depending on the category, of what product it was. So if you get the raises, if you get these bonuses, these benefits, whatever you want to call them, is going to be able to make up for the inflation rate. At the end of the day, like I said, costs of living, not even just cost of living, cost of products, cost of everything is rising. And salaries are relatively staying the same. And honestly, I'd actually make an argument for salaries are actually going down. And I'll explain why. A lot of people from overseas are having the same capabilities as Americans here today because of the cloud, because of the computer. Meaning, you can hire an employee overseas. By the time you wake up the next morning, the work is all done. And it costs, a tenth, a quarter to hire the person overseas than it is here in the U.S. So salaries are decreasing. I mean, the jobs, the companies are paying less to pay out those salaries. And they look at you like this. They say, okay, we pay you $5,000 a month. We can hire somebody else overseas for $700 a month. Why would we pay you $5,000? For every, let's say, one of you, we could hire 4, 5, whatever the number is of somebody overseas. Let's go ahead and go overseas. Now, I'm not saying that's the case for all jobs. I'm not saying that's the case for other things, because there are certain situations where there is a labor shortage. Like if you go into the contractor world, into the, the handyman space, all that kind of stuff, there's a shortage of labor. I couldn't tell you why. I don't know why. Maybe somebody can chime in and tell us. This is interesting. This is interesting because this will cause a lot of frustration. Whether it might seem like it won't, it will. Because of the price hikes, people are going to, on a micro level, not on a macro level, but on a micro level, people are not going to be able to spend as much. If, let's say, one year you have 1 million orders, the next year you have 980,000 orders, that makes a difference, right? That makes a difference over the years. Now, I'm not saying that's the case for Redbubble. I'm sure Redbubble has many more orders than that, but I'm just saying that that's an example of what happens through the inflation. And when you increase the prices like this, you're not increasing for a higher number of profit. Meaning, let's say year one, your profit margin was 20%. You're not going for year two for a 27% profit margin. You're just going to reach for that 20% profit margin. And the only problem is that people can't afford that. Same thing is happening with the housing market right now, is that in certain areas, a lot of people are talking about a housing crash, where the prices are all going to drop. I don't see that happening. The reality is that there's small amounts of inventory, at least compared to years ago. Obviously, every area is different, but, we're talking about thriving areas here. We're not talking about, places in the hood where, there's a limited amounts of inventory. There's less products. There's a bidding war on each product that's out there, even if it's not the best quality. And the prices are essentially rising to the top. And the cost of these houses and all these things are increasing. I don't think, even the thing with the vehicle market, right? You guys know how where there was this excuse with the microchips, and because there's limited inventory, the cost of the used cars are going up. I just don't see it like that. I think that the prices are going to go up, but they're not going to go down. I don't see that happening. I don't see the prices of things going down. I see only prices going up. What this means for us as people who want to make passive income is that it matters so much more. I've made hundreds of videos about how to get that passive income, how to get started on something, what are the tactics, what are the tricks, what are the setups, what are the tutorials, what are the methods. They're going to matter much more in the next coming months, even the next coming years. The reason why is because there's going to be more people looking to make passive income for the future. They're going to feel more, I guess you could say, constrained to the lifestyle they have. Why? Costs are going to rise. Salaries aren't, or at least in a very minimal way. It's not going to be able to get the job done, and it's going to be frustrating. It's going to be very frustrating for a lot of people. The world is changing for sure. There's a new order of events happening. It's not about, inheriting the income anymore. It's not about, the things that made you rich once a long time ago is not the case today. And I don't think there's going to be as many rich people as there once was. I think there's going to be a more divergence in the levels of income. I mean, the people who are struggling, there's going to be a lot more, and the people who are doing financially well are going to be a lot more. And if you want to be on the side of doing financially well, you're going to have to rely on generating multiple sources of passive income. But the only way that's going to happen is if you can acquire the skills to do so. LeBron James doesn't get paid, I was going to say hundreds of millions of dollars, but millions of dollars to, play basketball. He gets paid for his skill, and his skill brings people in those chairs to watch on the screen, to watch him play, whatever. Makes that money. Same thing for you. You got to have your skill. You got to get better at your skill. Whatever your skill might be. It doesn't have to be print on demand, but whatever your skill might be. It could be website design. It could be whatever it is. Serve a community with that and run away with that income. Run away with that passive income. Even and I'll just pull up a whiteboard here to kind of explain this, but the when you're talking about the economy, right? You have the foundation, you have the bottom. And the foundation is typically the working class. And the working class, through their paying of taxes, through their paying of Social Security, all this kind of stuff, pays for the individuals at the top who are, the disabled, the retired, etc. Well, what's going to happen is this is going to be inverted in the future because, and I think Elon Musk talks about this, and this is who actually brought up the idea for me and who I actually thought about, I actually started learning about this, is that now the working class, their population is going to be so low, right, compared to the, retirees, the disabled, the etc., the people who live off, the fat of the land per se, and this small group of people are not going to be able to pay for this group of people. And when we're talking about this, we're talking about our kids, of the future generations. If you're 20 years old now, if you're 30 years old, the kids that you're going to have, they're going to be part of this minority, this group here, the working class. And people like us who are going to be retired at the time and all this, who are, some people are expecting Social Security, some people are expecting, health care, all these kind of different things. It's going to cost essentially that part of their paycheck is not going to pay for all these people's needs. It's just not going to happen. A lot of people in the system right now are accepting their low income because they're thinking that they're going to be taken care of when they're older because of, the Social Security benefits, all that kind of stuff. I don't think so. I don't think that's going to happen. Obviously, if you're in a corporate situation, you have a 401k, that's a little bit different of a story because your boss, your employer, is matching the amount that you input into the stock market, right? For index, whatever, all these kind of different funds and things like that. And you're getting a yield from the stock market. Now, that's fine and dandy, but you're only putting a percentage, and your employer is only matching a percentage. And so you got to ask yourself, how much are you going to be able to work and how much are you able to get back? I can tell you that the methods that we're teaching here on this YouTube channel are going to help you a lot more. I mean, look at it this way. If I put $100 in the stock market today, I wait a full year. Let's just say it's a really good year, and the stock market, the different stocks that let's say I put a piece in, has went up 12%. Let's just say it's a really good year, 12%. What do I walk away with the next year? $112. If let's just say it goes up another 12%, then what do I walk away with that? Let's say like $130 maybe, a little bit less. The point is that you can make that income on a daily level even much, much faster using the methods that we're showing and taking power back into your own hands. Am I saying that investing in the stock market is bad? Absolutely not. Am I saying that, having a 401k, having Social Security, all those kind of things are bad? No, it's not. It's good. But the problem is that the future is uncertain. And what really this goes to show is that there are micro changes being made on a daily basis. And it doesn't matter what part of the world you're in, to be 100% honest. Doesn't matter if you're in America, if you're in Canada, if you're in Australia, if you're in New Zealand. It doesn't matter. All of these places, we're all going to feel that hit. We're all going to feel the punchback, I guess you could say. And like I said, passive income is not going to matter any different because people are still going to want to live a life of freedom. That's not going to change. We've had this idea of the American dream since, America was basically founded. This idea of financial freedom, living for yourself, producing for yourself, and having self-independence financially, I don't think is going to go away, no matter how hard the finances get in the future. And I believe personally that they're going to get significantly harder. It's going to make things like saving money much more important, and learning how to invest money properly much more important, and learning how to make money much more important. And when there were a lack of jobs and things like that, what happened? Especially you could see this in other communities. You go to places like Alaska, everybody's got their own little hustles. Everybody's got their own ways to make money. Everybody's got, their own little side businesses or things that, help pay the bills. Aside from their jobs, aside from all these different things. You go to little micro economies like that where everybody's figuring out a way to get creative. And I'm telling you guys this now, whether you believe it or not, and I'm sure you guys do because you guys have to see this. I'm not the only one who's seeing this, but when prices rise like this, and this is a slow change, guys, this is just 1 year. Imagine 15 years from now. Imagine 20 years from now what it's going to be like. When prices keep rising and salaries stay relatively the same, nothing changes. That's the effect of inflation. And that's going to hurt, like I said, a lot of people. That job that, back in the day, I remember there was this guy I met, and he said back in the day, one person could go to work for 2 years, pay off their house, and this guy was like maybe 80 years old, maybe more, and he said when he was in his 20s, he got a job like as a contractor or something, worked for 2 years, and bought his house, paid off his house, and he was one person, early 20s or 19 or something like that, like he had one of those kind of jobs. Construction kind of jobs. And he got the job done. Now, sometimes it takes more than two people to pay for a household, and still the bills are, not being paid on time. The things are not being paid on time. All I could say is that the more forms of passive income that you have, the better. Now, a lot of people say, well, what you're doing is not passive income. What you're doing is you're working every day and you're not making passive income. That's not true. When I create a store on Redbubble, right, and I work on it for a month, and then I go work on a different store, that first store is producing me income on almost a daily basis, sometimes more than daily basis. Sometimes I'm getting sales every 18 hours, every 16 hours, every whatever. And that's just one example. And sometimes even more than that. By the end of the month, we close in at around 200 something sales, units. And I've shared that actually in videos before. So I shared that like on progress reports. So it's not like something I'm, making up. I think, where is it here? How many do I generate per day? Let's see here. It's somewhere here. I know it's somewhere. 47 Redbubble sales in 30 days. Was this it? This could have been it. I'm not sure, but it could have been it. But once those, that period is... Actually, this might not be it. No. This is somebody else's. I know I put it here somewhere. It's going to be there. For the people that watch every day, they know what I'm talking about. I promise you. It's not like I didn't put it up. But anyways, that's not the point. The point is that passive income matters, and passive income makes a difference. We're never going to stop making videos on passive income, whether we talk about, the YouTube cash flow businesses, whether we talk about the print on demand, whether we talk about starting your own store, your own website, starting your own blog, whether it be, you name it, whatever the method is, we're never going to stop doing it because people need this. And people are going to need passive income more than ever in the next coming years. At least that's what I think. And at the end of the day, the more skills you acquire, the more you'll get paid. And, that's what we all need. All right. I'll talk to you guys later. This is just purely my opinion, the information that I'm saying. You guys let me know what you think in the comments down below. And I wish good luck to everybody out there. All right. Peace out. Bye.